Hello friends. Now this is transformation of sentences. We have seen active into passive, we have seen, isn't it? And we also saw that how to change degrees of comparison, positive to comparative, comparative to superlative. And then this is another. You also know how to make positive sentence, negative sentence, isn't it? Then say statements into questions. These are things that we have already done. And now transforming sentences beginning no sooner. Let's see how. Let's take an example and then you'll see. No sooner had it begun to rain. No sooner had it begun to rain than the crowd rushed inside. So this is the sentence. No sooner had it begun to rain than the crowd rushed inside. Means there is immediacy. You want to describe how immediate the situation was. Understand? Now this can be transformed into, say, using, we can in three ways we can transform this. One is you can use as soon as. One way of doing it is as soon as. See? The other is, second is hardly had, etc. Hardly than, yes. And hardly when, and three scarcely when. As soon as, hardly when, and scarcely when. Okay, let's see. No sooner had it begun to rain than the crowd rushed inside. Now you see, immediately after no sooner, you should have either had or did. Understand? Did plus present it should. If you rewrite like this, no sooner did it begin to rain. Understand? Both ways you can do this, but the point is immediately after no sooner either there should be had or did. See, you can see no sooner did it begun to rain than etc. So you cannot say no sooner it began to rain. That you cannot say. No sooner it began to rain. That cannot be done. No sooner it began to rain. This is not permitted. This is not permitted in English. So immediately after as soon as you should have either, so no sooner you should have either had or did. Listen. Means you have to split the verb. That's the main point here. Yeah. So if you suppose you use as soon as, then how will you say? As soon as it began to rain. As soon as it began to rain, the crowd rushed inside. As soon as it began to rain, the crowd rushed inside. Now you can change it with the scarcely, hardly. Okay, then it's hardly when, not hardly than. Same structure, like no sooner. Hardly had it begun to rain. You can say hardly had it begun to rain when the crowd rushed inside. So, or scarcely had it begun to rain when the crowd. Did you get the idea? When the crowd. So hardly when, scarcely when, no sooner than, as soon as, no problem. As soon as, there's no problem. As soon as it began to rain, and the crowd rushed inside. Simple. Understand? You have to remember it like this. There's no other way out. Yes. And now let's see another example. We will do a few examples, then I think that it will be clear to you. Isn't it? Yes. Let's see another example. What is the example that we are going to do? Let's think about Portia, isn't it? Yes. So you see, no, or as soon as, let's say, as soon as Portia, as soon as Portia finished her arguments in the courtship arguments, Shylock, remember Shylock, our friend, old friend, Shylock rushed out. Means he, so how are you going to do this? Change this into no sooner structure. Then you will say no sooner, what's the next? Had Portia finished her arguments than Shylock rushed out. Suppose it is hardly, you can say hardly had Portia finished her arguments when, see when, not then, when Shylock rushed out. That is the action. This structure is used for the immediacy of the action, to describe the immediacy, how immediate it was. That's the thing. Hardly had Portia finished it. Just finished, so rushed out. Yes. And when, scarcely, same, had Portia finished it. When Shylock rushed out. Understand? When Shylock rushed out. Did you get it? Yes. Okay, let's do one more example, then it will become easy for you, no? Yes. The interesting thing is that this is an item very much liked by examiners, especially say in your board exams, in your competitive exams. Somehow they like this, because there's one reason I think is that the immediacy describing. Yes. Now you can see, and no sooner had the umpire whistled than the game started. So just game started. Now if it is as soon as the umpire whistled, the game started. That's all. The game started. That's not a very big thing. Now, if it is hardly had the umpire whistle when the game started. Hardly had the umpire whistle when the game started. Scarcely had the umpire whistled when the game started. Understand that? It's very simple, no? It's not a very difficult thing, I think. Or in a student's classroom situation, you can see. In a classroom situation, you can see this, that as soon as the teacher entered the class, or let's say no sooner, isn't it? No sooner had the teacher entered the class, then the students stood up. Isn't it? Then the students stood up. Listen. Now you can say as soon as, or you can also say no sooner did the teacher enter. That's also possible. No sooner did the teacher enter. In that case it is enter. Enter, then the students accept. Understand? If it is as soon as the teacher entered the class, students stood up. Understand? If it is hardly had the teacher entered the class, when? Hardly when. And scarcely also when. That's all. It's very simple. You have to remember these examples, then it becomes easy. Remember that two or three things that you have to remember is this. After no sooner either had or did. Then did is followed by the present form. Understand? Because you remember all those transformations that we did. Walked is equal to did walk, not walked. So if you are using the simple past, then you have to split it like the did walk. Otherwise, had plus past words. You can say, if you want a kind of formula, you can say no sooner, okay, plus had. No sooner plus had, then past participle, or what is our notation? En. Yes, en, than. So that is how we can say. We can represent it like this. If it is, or you can say no sooner did, then we can say the present form. If you want to put it like the present form. Actually it is tenseless. No. Yes, present form for the time being you can say. And then. No sooner had plus en, or no sooner did plus the present form of the verb. Present form means the first form of the verb. We can say like this. Not the infinitive, but the first form of the verb. Yes. Otherwise, scarcely, same. Scarcely had or did, and when. Hardly also had or did, and when. Had or did plus here en, and here it is first form or the tenseless form, or you can say present form. Okay, present form, because the past is already removed from there. Is that clear? Not clear? Yes? Then difficult? Okay, then let's I will show you once again how to remember this. It's very easy to remember. See, if it is no sooner, it should be followed by either had or did. No sooner no sooner plus had. Then you have got the year and followed by that. This is the thing. Or you can see no sooner plus did plus present form, you can say present than. If it is scarcely, same had plus then en and when, that's the thing, when. Hardly same, hardly had plus en and when and so on. If it is did, scarcely did plus present plus scarcely, no, when. Hardly did plus present when. So this is the pattern. So, and you take one example, just an example, then I think it should be clear. There should not be any problem as far as no sooner, as soon as, scarcely, hardly, etc. are concerned. I think that it is a simple thing, and for you, especially for you people, you have been doing a lot of work on this now, and therefore must be simple. If you have got any doubt, of course you can ask me, and if you like my classes, you should ask your friends to subscribe. Yes, very good.